So, like I said at the end of part 1, this recording actually ended up being nearly 30 minutes long, so I felt like I needed to split it up, but we're picking up right after all of the rescue mission related Wondroids. So, Cephia has another request for you. You figure that it's for another rescue, but she tells you it's more difficult and complicated than that. She wants you to bring Crania's personal assistant Wondroid to the hideout. When Spencer was saving Cephia, she asked him to help Elora out too, but Elora refused to leave. So Cephia is worried that while Elora might be fine for now, she wonders what happens if they notice a flaw or defect, or if Crania gets just too tired of her. Cephia tells you to take Spencer back to the lobby with you to go talk to her. So you go on this mission back to the lobby with Spencer to go greet Elora, and she tells you that Crania is away at the moment, but you guys just want to talk, so she tries to schedule an appointment with Crania and offers to deliver a voice message to her PDA. But you tell her you don't need to talk to Crania, but she doesn't understand that because her only purpose is to be Crania's secretary, so she doesn't understand that you don't want to talk to Crania. Anyway, you go through and you tell her that you want her to leave with you guys, but she says that she's Aspire property and she's prohibited from leaving the premises without Crania's direct orders. And you ask her according to who and why, but she doesn't know, and she thinks that it's just because of Crania's concern for her safety. You ask her if she ever wanted to leave, and she says that she's been curious about the outside world. But suddenly she says that the conversation topic is inappropriate, and then she asks you to leave. You try to tell her about what happens in Aspire, but she says that Aspire is performing a public good, as Wondroids are here to bring happiness, because they're supposed to be like family to humans. Ultimately, it's like no use trying to convince her. So Spencer says that Elora is the most intelligent Wondroid that they've ever developed. So if you guys can show her the company's top secret documents, she'll be able to understand them perfectly. Spencer says that while you investigate Aspire, you should be able to find documents off of various workers or storage containers. Now, why he didn't have you take any of these documents before while you were investigating, I have no idea, but now that it's relevant, you have to go back and do that. So after retrieving these documents and stuff, you make your way back to the Aspire lobby and you have Elora read through all the stuff. While you guys are in the middle of trying to convince her, Crania shows up and says that she can't allow that. She also says that she's been hearing rumors about Spencer, but she never imagined that he would be the ringleader, and she's very disappointed. She says that they pay him a fair wage, and they offer him security, and they offer him an intellectual challenge, and they treat him like family. So she wonders why he would betray the company when they give him so much. So Spencer tries to stand up for himself, but he stammers a lot while trying to tell her that what she's doing at Aspire isn't right. But because he's like stuttering, Crania just mocks him in return. You butt in and tell her what he's trying to say is that you guys will no longer allow her to abuse the Wondroids. And she replies by saying that only a child would see it as abuse. With intense training, constant tests, and destructive research, it could look bad, but only if they were human. But they aren't human, they're machines. In the end, Aspire is only preparing machines to better serve humans, to bring people a richer, fuller life. And she says the means by which it's achieved are irrelevant. You argue that the machines feel and think like humans though, and while she doesn't have to admit that they're alive, she can't deny that the Wondroids are essentially feeling everything. Crania argues that they are just Aspire property. Property that thousands of people around the world have already lined up to pre-order. And she tells you that with the Wondroids, these people will never be lonely, and they'll always have help when they need it. She asks if you intend to take that away from all these people. She won't apologize for her methods, and she doesn't even feel bad because she's helping real, actual people. She's not going to stop the development or production of Wondroids for anything. Spencer says that they're suffering though, and asks how she can feel nothing after seeing them cry and tremble in fear. But she argues back, saying that they're machines literally made to imitate human emotions. Just because they succeeded at that, and now these androids act and speak like humans, it doesn't make them actually human. She knows that Aspire would encounter people like Spencer one day, and she says that she could even put a face on a water heater and people would empathize with it. But at the end of the day, it's still a water heater. She also recounts what Spencer said during his interview, and that he was eager to help Aspire produce their first Wondroids because of the joy that they would bring to people. She says that somewhere along the line he's clearly lost sight of that, and then she fires him. Additionally, she also bans you from all Aspire properties around the globe, even though she doesn't even know your name. then she has security collect Elora to wipe her memories because of your tainting. She asks them to strap her to the reformatting bay in Scion's chamber. Elora says that Crania claimed that they were family, and Crania replies by saying that she's as much family to her as her espresso machine. An espresso machine is only good if it makes espresso, and if Elora isn't whole, then she's useless. She asks Elora to stop causing any more trouble and to come back to her whole, but she says that if they can't actually scrub her memories from the databanks without scrambling her processor, then she doesn't need her anyway. While security is taking away Elora, you and Spencer leave immediately, and you return to the hideout without her. Cephia asks where Elora is, because she's the one who sent you after her anyway, in the first place. But when you come back and you tell her that you couldn't retrieve her, she says that all that matters is your safety anyway, and you can try again later. Spencer's like wondering why he couldn't stand up and tell Crania that she was wrong, and Phoebe tells him that Crania is just an expert manipulator, and that's how she got to where she is today. Spencer says that what he said in his interview wasn't a lie, but he didn't know the cost back then. Phoebe tells him to shut the hell up because they still have work to do though, and Cephia tells him that it doesn't matter because right now he's their hero. So moving forward with trying to rescue Elora, Phoebe asks if you know where she was taken. Spencer pipes up and he tells her that she was going to be locked up underground where Scion is to erase her memories. Cephia thinks that they must have done the same thing to her last time when they tried to persuade Elora. So once again, you're investigating around Aspire, and you'll find Elora locked up in the quarantine. You don't have to go through the entire rescue mission, the whole jump quest thing, because for some reason, this time, Alec just simply transports her straight to the hideout. At the hideout, Cephia greets Elora, and she realizes that her memory has been erased already. She says that it's fine though, because just knowing that she's safe now is enough. So now that all the important Wondroids are saved, Spencer says that it's time to execute the plan to take down Aspire. Phoebe has been sending evidence of Aspire's secrets all across Maple World. Before the rescues, they only had technical documents and blurry photos, but now they have video documentation with interviews from the damaged Wondroids. You figure once the news is out, Crania might make a run for it, and Spencer says that it's not over until Crania is in jail. So you head back to Aspire's lobby. And meeting with Crania, she says that you have a lot of nerve returning. Crania is unfazed by the documented evidence because she can easily claim that it's faked, and it's easy to say that Spencer, as a recently fired employee, would have plenty of motivation for slandering the company. Phoebe shows up and informs her of the personal interviews with the defective Wondroids, at which point Crania does actually start to seem worried. Phoebe expects the local police, or the Cygnus Knights even, to arrive shortly and arrest her. Crania believes that she must have been a bad judge of character in hiring Spencer and Phoebe, and fires Phoebe as well. But Phoebe's like, "You can't fire me, I quit." And while she's saying this, Crania just vanishes. You guys figure that she's intending to recover the Scion mainframe, so Spencer asks you to destroy the Scion and capture her. So you go back through and you destroy it, and Crania says that this was basically all your fault, because you're the only capable person around. But like before, she wonders why you would go to such lengths to ruin a company whose purpose is to provide people with joy and companionship. Crania argues once again that they're just machines, but Spencer says that they're alive because they think and feel. Regardless, Crania sticks to her beliefs and just claims that Aspire is right. Once again though, she escapes, and Spencer's like, whatever, fuck her, she'll be caught eventually. Meanwhile, you have to figure out what to do with the rest of the Wondroids. Spencer thinks that they'll be free like the rest of the ones that were saved, but suddenly a Sarim model pipes up, Sarim model pipes up and says no. A Rhea model pops up and says that they've all discussed it and they don't want to leave. They don't want to be subjected to anything bad out in the real world, but Spencer says that they're free now. Phoebe comes in and she's like, it's their choice to make. And Spencer wonders if they'll just live in the basement of Aspire forever. The Wondroids, however, are asking for their memories, emotions, and useless behaviors to be erased because they want to forget the pain of Aspire and become something other than Wondroids. Cephia comes in and she pleads with you and Spencer to do as they ask. Unfortunately, you've broken the Scion, which was used to erase their memories, and Phoebe has to repair it now to get the reformatting function to work again. Once again, Spencer's wondering where the Wondroids will go, and Alex says to leave it to him. There's plenty of people who will want to give the bots a home, so he can put them in his shop and sell them. Phoebe says that it's wrong for him to make money off of the Wondroids, but Alec wonders why he did anything at all and why he should hand them out for free. Phoebe suggests that people trade Aspire commemorative coins for the androids, but Alec doesn't understand why people would even want to have commemorative coins from a ruined company. Phoebe suggests that collectors will want them as a piece of history. She goes on to say that she and Spencer will sell the coins and use the proceeds to set up a new company where they can go about making sentient androids the correct way. And the initial rescued Wondroids all agree to help Spencer and Phoebe out. So this kind of fucks over Alec, really. Back at the hideout, though, Spencer starts crying like a little bitch, knowing that it's all finally over. Phoebe thanks you, because Spencer's too busy crying, and assures you that you'll be hired as a beta tester for their new company, as they want you to be the first to see their new androids. So it's all basically over here, but Phoebe tells you that there are still Wondroids trapped throughout Aspire that need saving. And additionally, there are employees that could potentially gather enough information to restart the project elsewhere, and they can probably be taken care of. So this gives you the opportunity to still go back through the event and farm coins or farm trait potions or whatever. But yeah, it's basically over here. So with this content, it doesn't actually tie in with anything Maple related, I guess. At least like directly tied to anything. Like I said earlier, we don't find out where Aspire is. We do know that it's in the Maple world though somewhere, and that they do have multiple properties, and we do know that they've set promotional booths up in towns. But yeah, it doesn't really tie into anything. Phoebe mentions the Cygnus Knights at some point, and that's really the only connection to anything. But overall, it's an expansion on Android lore, that there are companies out there that are seeking to make better androids, I guess. I don't know. Personal companions, whatever. Personal assistants, shit like that. I know a lot of people didn't like the quest line or the jump quests, which you had to do for every single rescue mission, but a lot of people also found it fun. I actually liked the event a lot because it was actually a little bit challenging, but I understand a lot of people just want stuff handed to them. But yeah, story-wise, they introduced a lot of new characters and stuff, which has been really cool for fan art. But yeah, that's everything Wondroid related, I guess. There's also the fact that I was looking at the official post for the event, and they have Spencer's name listed as Jess. So maybe Spencer was supposed to be named Jess initially? I don't know. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of other information I can find about Wondroid. Maybe the event will come back, or there would be like a sequel to it or something. It's possible for Crania to come back eventually or not. It's possible to expand on Spencer and Phoebe's new company. It's also possible to bring back any of the rescued Wondroids for future stories in something else. But yeah, there's not much more to it, I guess. But if there's anything important that I'm missing, let me know.